So my pattern review today is the Izzy Wallet by Serial Bag Makers, and here it is. I will leave a link down below where you can purchase this pattern, and if I find any tutorials I will link them as well, but at the time of making this I couldn't unfortunately find any tutorials, but I will have another search to see what I come up with. The material I used to construct my wallet was quilting cotton. The pattern says not to use vinyl or cork as it may be too thick to turn the wallet. I really agree with that. On my domestic machine, if I'd used any vinyl, there was no way my needle was going to get through it. If you have an industrial, you might be lucky enough, but turning at the end where you turn the wallet out was quite tricky with just the quilting cotton, so I'm so glad I did not use any vinyl. Like I said, if you have an industrial, you might be able to get away with it, and if you're pretty persistent with turning your wallet, but I wasn't really willing to risk it, so I just used plain old quilting cotton from Spotlight, which is one of the local fabric stores here in Australia. The interfacing I used was Woven Fuse Decoville Light and Decoville Heavy. Again, Woven Fuse, I can't remember where I got it from, but the Decoville Light and Heavy I did get from Voodoo Rabbit, which is a small kind of local fabric store here in Australia. As mentioned, the pattern for today is the Izzy Wallet by Serial Bag Makers. It is a really basic wallet. It's just got a button enclosure, opens up and kind of flips out, as you can see. I'll give you guys an up close of that one. So at the top is a magnetic closure. I think I've done mine the wrong way around, but oh well, you live and you learn. So then you have spots for 10 cards, 5 on each side, and as well as a slip pocket up the top here. So it's quite a good size pocket. I keep receipts and bits of paper in the top one, and then down the bottom section you do have another slip pocket, which I currently do have a receipt in, and then another slip pocket that I keep notes in. So down the bottom is 2 other pockets, which I keep my ID and my key card in. For the purpose of this video, I have not put these guys in. So we also have a zip pocket, which is just for some change. It sits flat, as you can see. It's quite a flat wallet, which is not something I'm generally used to. So this is a very slimline wallet. It's quite narrow, as you can see. I'd say it's maybe 2 centimeters wide at the best. Very flat kind of wallet as well. It's easy to carry around and that kind of thing. The interfacings used in this said wallet was Woven Fuse, Decoville Light and Decoville Heavy. Luckily this pattern comes with a video that you're able to watch segmented into different sections, so I could watch the parts that I was having a little bit of difficulty with sewing essentially, and that really helped as I couldn't find any YouTube videos on this particular wallet when I constructed it. This pattern does come with a video to watch as well that's cut into different sections of the wallet to make it a bit easier when you do sew the pattern, which I found really helpful. Unfortunately, at the time of making my wallet, there wasn't any tutorials on YouTube that I found or that were remotely helpful whilst constructing it. The card slots and the slip pockets were all sewed separately, which I found really weird and difficult to understand, but again, I'm a beginner in like wallets and bags, so that's probably not unusual for something like that to happen. The magnetic clasps was really easy to install. Again, like I said, mine are the wrong way around, but I don't really care. So when we're looking at the size of the wallet, it's about 12 inches high and 8 inches wide, so it's quite a normal size wallet. I don't mind it. It's quite handy for what I like. The only thing I don't like about this, and it's nothing to do with the pattern itself, it's just my own personal preference, is I don't really like how it folds out. I would prefer wallets that open out like that and that you close and they can only open like that, where this one opens all the way out, which I sometimes find if I only want to get 1 or 2 cards out of it, they kind of just all come out at the same time. But again, that's nothing to do with the pattern itself. It's just the design and my own personal preference on that kind of style of wallet. So So I did use a domestic machine to sew my wallet, and it went through the layers really easy. I use a Brother In-novis A150 with a walking foot, especially for the top stitching. So the only thing I have not liked on the wallet is the top stitching of the flap, which I'll show you. So as you can see here, the Decoville Heavy stops where this stitch line is, and that causes the top of the wallet to bend up a little bit, which isn't a huge deal, but cosmetically it does look a little bit funny when you sit it flat. You'll be able to see the curl up on the edge there. I don't know how well you can see it. I know it's there, which is a little bit frustrating, but you know, can't really do too much about that. So my overall thoughts on the Izzy wallet. Pattern, pretty good, 8 out of 10. So one thing I really did like about this wallet is they do give you pattern pieces, but they're all rectangles. So for instance, 9 by 9. They give you all the measurements to cut it out. So the only thing you need a pattern piece for is this curve on the top and the Decoville Heavy interfacing inside. I made this wallet a good 6 months ago, and it has held up really well, surprisingly, especially with my stitches and being a beginner bag and purse maker. I was really impressed how well it's held up. There's no stress on any of the points. The clasp I thought would give after a little while, but it's really good. It's going on strong. Like, I'm really happy. I will make myself a new wallet in the coming weeks, just because I don't like the style of the flip down. Like I said, I'd rather open it up like a V shape. This one has a good amount of card slots, which is what everyone looks for these days in their wallet. They don't want like 1 or 2. It's got 12, which is plenty for me. 3 slip pockets, plenty for me. But overall, like, I think it's a really good little wallet. Good construction. Pattern is really good. Like I said, there was difficult times to read it, but the videos really helped out. I would not have been able to do some of these parts without the video, just because I just simply did not understand what was going on. And again, that's just because I'm new. If you're experienced, you probably know exactly what they're talking about. The only other thing in the pattern that wasn't clear is sometimes what side the interfacing went on. You had to watch the video to figure that out, which was a little annoying, but it is what it is, and you kind of get there in the end. Overall, I probably give this pattern like an 8 out of 10 for ease, especially if you're a beginner. It is super easy. Only reason I give it an 8 is because I had some difficulty and had to watch the video to refer to what was actually going on. So if you're unsure about this pattern, give it a go. Super easy, domestic machine friendly, minimum hardware. All it required was one zipper. One zipper. Super easy. So yeah, give it a go. See how you go.